previous 4 weeks we have studied about my country, but in this week and in this whole month we will mainly focus on the science topic, that is living and non-living things. So first of all, living things. As you can see in this picture, there are the number of living things like fish, tree, snail, butterflies. How they are living things? Because they have specific lifetime. They are mortal. These are the examples of living things like humans, insects, plants, and animals. In our environment, we are surrounded with living things and non-living things. Living things mainly depend on non-living things for their survival. Non-living things. Non-living things are immortal. They cannot move, they cannot walk, and they do not need food for their work. Now, the examples of non-living things like bag, ball, pencil, table, and soil. In this picture, you can see that there are the number of non-living things like computer, pen, nails, bottle, jug, socks. Now moving toward the characteristics of living things. What makes a thing a living thing? Like living things breathe. Like humans, they breathe oxygen. They reproduce as they have babies. They can walk or move. Like you can see, we can easily walk, and you can see animals moving on the grounds. They need nutrition to carry out their daily task, and they grow. Like you can see that humans, they grow in their heights, animals, they grow, and like other living things, plants also grow on their positions. In this picture, you can see that there is a baby and there is adults. So there is a connection of growth. There are the number of people, they are moving around, they are breathing air, and they are walking, and they are playing. So these are characteristics of living things. Like other living things, plants have unique characteristics as they can make their own food. Animals and humans, they cannot make their own food, but plants can make their own food. How they can make their own food? Because they have chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment. Through this pigment, plants can make their own food. In this picture, you can see that the plants have roots, they have leaves, flowers. They take water through the soil with the help of roots, and this water move upward in direction through stem. They get sunlight from the sun, and through sunlight and water they make their own food with the help of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment. It is a green pigment that is present in the leaves. They help them to make the food with the help of a process called photosynthesis. Plants also have small openings on the surface that is called stomata. Through stomata, they can transpire the water when there is a very hot temperature. Through this, they can also exhale the oxygen. Now, what do living things need to stay alive? So these three are the basic things the living thing need to stay alive, like air, water, and food. Now, natural and man-made non-living things. Natural things are those things they are present naturally. They are Allah made. Allah made us. Now, the next thing that is man-made. Man-made are those things those are made by humans. In these diagrams, you can see that there is a table. Table is made up of wood, while wood is a natural material and table is man-made material. Fan is man-made material. House is man-made. Toys are man-made. Bridge are man-made. And they are made through natural materials. Like in this picture, you can see a toy car. This toy car is made up of plastic, and plastic is man-made material. Man-made materials are also known as synthetic materials. Now in this video you can learn a lot about living and non-living things. So let's start.
Living and non-living things. Living and non-living things. All natural things that we see around us are either living or non-living. Animals, plants, and humans are examples of living things. While the air you breathe, the water you drink, the land on which you walk, the house in which you live, the books you read, and the sun that lights our day are all examples of non-living things. Living things depend on non-living things for their survival and growth. Characteristic features of living things. Living things grow. All living things show growth in the form of size and shape. Animal babies grow into adults, and a young sapling grows into a full plant or tree. A child grows up to become a man. An apple tree grows from a seed. Puppy grows up to become a dog. Caterpillar grows up to become a butterfly. If you get hurt, the skin grows back and the wound heals. Non-living things do not grow. Living things need food and water. Animals and plants need food and water to live. These are some food products eaten by man. Cows, deer, etc. feed on grass. Tigers, lion, leopard, etc. feed on other animals such as zebra, deer, and bison. Birds feed on insects, food grains, etc. Plants are the only living things that make their own food with the help of the green pigment called chlorophyll in the leaves. They use air, sunlight, water, and minerals to prepare food. Animals get food from plants as well as other animals. A rabbit feeds on carrot. Can you guess from where do we get eggs and milk? Non-living things do not need food. Living things breathe air. Animals and plants breathe in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Plants breathe through tiny openings called stomata. Animals use different types of organs for breathing. For example, we breathe through lungs, a fish breathes through the gills, and an earthworm breathes through moist skin. Living things move in search of food, light, and shelter. Plants show subtle movements while animals show visible movements known as locomotion, like walking, running, etc. Non-living things do not move. Some plants show movements with the sun. The sunflower always faces the sun and moves in the direction of the sunlight. The morning glory flower blooms in the early morning sunlight. There are some flowers that bloom at night, such as the water lily and Casablanca lily. Living things respond to touch. Living things respond to touch and can feel their surroundings. Living things respond to stimuli. Like an eagle has eyes to look for prey. You have a nose to smell the delicious food your mom cooks. Ears to listen to your favorite music, and skin to feel soft or hard surfaces. Non-living things do not respond to touch or any stimulation. Living things reproduce. Living things reproduce young ones of their own kind. Plants reproduce through seeds. Some plants reproduce through other parts such as eye of potato. Animals reproduce either by laying eggs like a hen or a crocodile, or by directly giving birth to their babies like humans, lions, dolphins, etc. Look at the trick with mother hen. Elephant and its young one. Man, woman, and child. Sapling becomes a tree. Non-living things do not reproduce. Living things have a lifespan, after which they die. Non-living things do not have life, so they do not die. A housefly lives for 20 to 30 days. Dog lives for 13 to 15 years. Tortoise lives for 150 years. adult human lives for 70 to 85 years. American redwood tree can be 500 to 700 years old. Both living and non-living things react to weather conditions. If we leave a sheet of newspaper and an iron nail in the rain outside for a few days, we see that the paper decays and the iron nail rusts. A colored cotton cloth left outside in the sun fades. When you spend long hours under the sun, your skin gets tan. Hills break into stones and stones get powdered